Hi, folks. Um, Today's episode, nice winter day. Um, we're going to be going back in time to continue with what we were working on, which was Chimigu, my art project up on the hill, and so we're going to continue with that. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Here we go. In the last episode, we left off with having fully covered the Chimigu with the carpet. And the next thing I'm doing is putting this wire on. I'm going to nail that on to the outside all over the whole thing so that when I coat it with the cement, I'll have a reinforcing wire on it. He's all covered and wired now, so we're ready for cement. I had a little difficulty getting sand, so I ended up getting this stuff right here, which is very fine stuff. It's crushed limestone. A lot of the places around that had sand don't have it anymore, so I had to resort to that. And now I'm ready to begin. I've got my load of limestone sand, I've got my mixer, I've got my bags of Portland cement, and I also have some of this more coarse, sandy, stony stuff that I'm going to mix in there too. Okay, that's it for today. I got to cover them up. I think it's supposed to rain in a moment here. So I just had to do different spots that I could get the cement to stick on. I'm waiting for that lime so I can make a stickier consistency so I can go up the sides here, and some even spots where it's completely underneath under there, which will be tricky. Okay. So I've been patching away at Chimigu here, and was having a lot of trouble. I had gotten as far as I could with the cement, kind of a concrete mix, and even a thinner, like a sandy mix, because there's so many vertical parts, and then there's some that are even like under vertical, like underside here, like completely upside down, like the underside of his mouth and the nose and everything, and I just couldn't get stuff to stick anywhere. So I came up with this idea to put straw in my concrete mix. So it's got some straw in it, and that seems to be working pretty good on anything less than reverse lean. So and these form boards here were for parts that were more than vertical also, that I wanted to have some really thick cement as kind of a support. This is the back of Chimigu here. And so he's getting patched up pretty quick. Trying to let it dry before I go on to the higher parts. So the cement is going to be the structure. There is wood underneath, but the cement and wire will actually be the structure. Another beautiful fall day, a little chilly, not too bad. With the sun out, it'll be great. Looks like we're going to get sun all day today, maybe tomorrow too. Get a big stroke of work done on this Chimigu here before winter, because I want to make sure I get it covered at least with one coat. Been running into some real difficulties. I've had to use every trick I know and some that I don't know, like this one. So I talked about yesterday how I had to put hay in the mix, and that worked out really well. That stuff stuck, and I'll be able to put a coat over that. So I did that in a lot of spots, but there's still some spots like his ears and the tail where there's too much underneath, and I just can't get anything to stick. You get some up there and it just all falls off. Probably if I had used a tighter mesh, like a stucco mesh, it would have been a little easier because I have some experience doing this type of stuff with bathrooms and things. But I was trying to save some money, so I used this heavier gauge, much bigger opening. I thought it'd be stronger in the end. More cement would get through there, so you can't rely on it. But it was a huge cost savings to do it this way rather than the mesh. But so I thought, well, how can I do this? And so I just did this just now. Revisited the old days of when I used to get a plaster cast on. So I took some burlap that I had. There's a sheet of it here. This is the next piece that I'm going to use. Took a sheet of that, and then I made some very sloppy cement. Took the piece, put it in the water here to get it saturated with water, and then pull it out and let it drain a little bit. Then I put it in a fairly thin mix of cement and try to get it all covered with cement here. Get my gloves on and get in there and make sure it's all well covered. I'm going to make sure all the burlap has cement on it. Okay, it's heavy. And it's kind of strategic. You got to put it on. It's heavy, so it'll pull itself right off. It's got to flap over just enough to hold its weight. That's why I cut it ahead of time to make sure it was going to measure it ahead of time to see if it would fit. And that'll be it for this year. Got a good coat of cement on them, and next spring we'll put another coat on and continue from there. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe.